What is up, YouTube Nation? Welcome to the show. If you're on Instagram, welcome to the show. Twitter, Steam it, library, welcome to the show, guys. I am sipping on some Hennessy right now. The privilege, the very special privilege, with the $5,200 crystal glass. That's the only way you can drink it. Why don't you guys go ahead, get you a bottle, or if you don't drink, get you some popcorn and some water and sit down and listen to this incredible show. So we're going to start off with the BWord Interview with Cathie Woods, Elon Musk, and the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey. Now, within this interview, they talked about the pros and cons of Bitcoin. One thing is, you can be in a monetary system with all fiat cash, or you can have something separate like gold or Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Also, there are opportunities in the cryptocurrency space to bank the unbanked, especially tons of people in Africa, in Australia, people who want to be able to have somewhere to store that money instead of just having all this cash. Think about all these venue spots in Africa where they have to exchange cash. They don't have any banking system, and the security of their money is a huge problem. Also, when you don't have a banking system to be able to put that cash, you don't get opportunities to get loans, big loans, and that will change the infrastructure of their communities if they're able to get these loans. There are some bad things about Bitcoin right now. The transaction fees are so high. So let's bring it back. If you're in Africa, you only have $5 worth of Bitcoin. If you want to send that Bitcoin to somewhere or buy something, 50% of your Bitcoin will probably be gone if you only have $5, because your transaction fees will probably be like $2. So that is a huge problem that they need to fix in the cryptocurrency space just for Bitcoin. Now, there are other coins with cheaper transaction fees, but Bitcoin has the most security. And with that security, you want to make the infrastructure a lot faster. We are still trying to work on that with the Lightning Network, as Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk is talking about. But there are some pros and cons behind that. I'll leave a link at the bottom so you guys can watch that. It's an hour long, so if you don't have anything to do for an hour, it'd be a great time to watch Cathie Wood, oh my God, the economist, talk about Bitcoin with Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey. So news came out that Shapeshift is shutting down. These guys will be moving to a DeFi protocol where they're going to airdrop this token called Fox. So you need to go to their website to get this airdrop. I don't know what information you need to put in, but remember, Shapeshift was a product where you can just exchange cryptocurrencies through a wallet or through their exchange on their platform, and you can get pretty much any coin that you want. But since all these regulations came down, decentralization is the way to go to be able to fight through these regulations. So that's why they're pushing this way. We know the technology from Shapeshift was going to move once they put in those KYCs, and it's just the evolution of the game, guys. So remember, if you want them Fox tokens, they're probably going to be dealing with governance, so they're probably going to be worth something in the future. So check it out. EOS is getting a exchange on the SPAC, and I think that's on the NASDAQ. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. This is big news for the cryptocurrency market. This is probably the first exchange that's going to have an IPO. Not a lot of people are talking about this because not too many people like EOS because it's not as decentralized as other platforms. But for the cryptocurrency space, this is huge news, and maybe this exchange will take off. And if you don't have that EOS to make this exchange move, you're going to miss out in the future. So check out the EOS token. Very, very, very good token. Moves very quickly. One of the best blockchains out there. Dan Larimer helped build this. So check it out when you guys can. Bank of America has approved Bitcoin futures trading. Bank of America was one of the banks that just crushed Bitcoin. They didn't want to deal with it or anything because they understood that it would take some of their profit margins off of the tables. Remember, banks are middlemen, and with cryptocurrencies, you don't need a middleman. So you send your money directly to that person instead of you sending money to somebody else, and it has to go through the middleman, which is your bank, to go to somebody else. This is a 360 from what they were talking about, and I think we are continuously moving in the way that Bitcoin will be the world's currency. It's already the world's internet currency, but it might be the world's currency from border to border. Remember, I don't think it's going to be the main currency in the United States. It's going to be the US dollar. That's never going to change. But from border to border, with these countries trying to move away from these sanctions, Bitcoin may be the way. And Bitcoin futures trading from Bank of America, they're looking into bringing in profits. They're seeing you and me make all this profits. They said we got to get our hands in there. So I don't know if they're going to be on the CME or some other derivative, but we'll check on that in the future, and I'll get those details to you later. So big boy Grayscale. Hold on, let me take a drink to this. Ooh, that is delicious. Big boy Grayscale in July has unlocked 40,000 Bitcoin. Remember, when you're in Grayscale contract, when you're like buying Bitcoin, not just buying their shares for GBTC, you're buying directly that Bitcoin. You got to hold that Bitcoin for 6 months, and a huge amount of Bitcoin has been released in July. I think that's why we're seeing the price continue to push down. We did pump back up through this 30,000. I don't know if that's going to last so long, but a huge amount of Bitcoin is in these shareholders' pocket, and that's around $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. So that's going to put a lot of traders on the sidelines unless we get back to that 40,000 and pass above that resistance. So you always got to keep your eyes on the release of these millionaires who's buying up all this crypto, because that's a lot of Bitcoin that can go to secondary exchanges and just break the market down. I'm hoping it does, so I can get cheaper Bitcoin, but we'll see what happens and how this plays out. So Uniswap is deleting some coins on their DEX. So do you consider Uniswap a DEX if they're delisting coins? Now there's pros and cons to this, guys. Pros and cons. These coins they're delisting, they may be scams, or they may be coins that they don't like, they have beef with. I don't know. I don't know. But when you have something decentralized, like a decentralized exchange, DEX, you're going to have so many scams out there because they can't get rid of these coins, and they're going to hurt a lot of people out there in the cryptocurrency space and make them move away from it. So that is a con about having a decentralized exchange. Now the pros about it, if I was somebody in my basement and I had a great idea, I didn't have to go through regulations to be able to put my idea or my coin on the exchange and let the people figure out if the technology is good or not. So that's the pros. I think Uniswap is going to take a big hit from that. People love decentralized applications because it keeps the interest of people out of the product. When I'm saying interest, like maybe somebody is getting paid in the background and saying, hey, I don't want them to be on your exchange. Here go $2 million. And if Uniswap, I don't believe they're doing anything bad, but if they are doing something bad behind the scenes, and we see this from this delisting of these coins, it's going to make the market look very, very shady. So leave a comment at the bottom to let me know what you guys are thinking about Uniswap delisting coins, and they're supposed to be a decentralized exchange. And lastly, guys, we know Ethereum London is coming up, where the transaction fees are supposed to be lowered. This would be huge for the cryptocurrency market, especially for all these smart contracts that I love to get in to make a lot of yield off yield farming. But let's talk about one of these side chains, Polygram. Right now, Polygram has an API with Eva, and they have an API with Curve Finance. Both of these platforms, you can make yield by adding liquidity, or you can borrow some of these coins and do whatever you want to do with the coins that you borrow. But it will be a loan where you have to pay back interest to that loan. I want to talk about this because you're getting more of an APY when you're using the Polygon, and your transaction fees are 90% less. But you have to have the Matic coin, which is getting bigger and bigger. I'm pretty sick I didn't grab any Matic coin when it first came out. And you're getting the governance coins of these platforms, and you're getting the APY from the loan of the liquidity you're putting out there. So that's 3 earnings that you're getting when you're moving over to the side chain on Ethereum on Polygram. Now you have to, if you have MetaMask, you can go through this process using Zapper, and it can zap those Ethereum mainnet coins over to Polygram, and then it's going to cost a little fees to go through that. But once you're on the Polygram side chain, everything is so much cheaper, so much cheaper. So I'm seeing more of these decentralized platforms or liquidity platforms move over to these side chains. But when London comes out, will these side chains die? I want you guys to leave me a comment at the bottom. When London upgrade happens for Ethereum, will these side chains die? And I believe it's going to hurt them. It all depends on how good Vitalik and his team, how good their code is. And we will see. And before I end the video, I'm sorry it's a long video today. Bitcoin did bounce pretty hard after the BWord conference. All this news coming out. There are rumors going around that the millionaires are buying up all the Bitcoin. If you even look at the chart, guys, where the support line at 30,000 is, you can see people are just buying up Bitcoin over and over and over. And some people will ask me why when they buy it at 20K, because that's what everybody else wants to buy it at 20K, and they're seeing a lot of liquidity or volume coming down towards this 30 grand, and it can just buy as much Bitcoin as possible. It's been making me think about buying some Bitcoin now, or just continue to wait as a solid trader does. I'm still cautious about that idea, but remember, Bitcoin is 50% down right now, and most of the altcoins are down 90%. Now, I've been buying altcoins. That's the cheapest way to do it right now. But I was trying to stay out of Bitcoin until 20K happened. One thing that I see may crash the market, and we're seeing so much volatility in the US 30 right now, is just it hit a huge resistance line around, like, I think it's like 33. I'll put the chart up. It hit this resistance, and it's been beating up like that for months. And I'm thinking this Delta variant of COVID, if this really gets out of control, that's when we'll see the Bitcoin price come down. If you love this content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. And all you guys have a good day, and all you guys have a good night. and enjoy the crypto life. Peace.